Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Listener Else podcast. I'm Ryan,
Olivia.
and we're back at it again. This is the first episode we've recorded since a very monumentous occasion. Our first episode to reach 100 views. Our most submissive
Wow.
and breedable episode yet is
Nope.
has passed 100 views. And if you're here from that episode, I'm sorry, they're not all that good. But yeah.
I I have like a bit. Why did that become our most popular episode?
It's just
Well,
riding a good meme is all.
is that it?
Yeah.
Like, how did they find us? What were they searching for?
Well, it was the only video that we got clicks from like the recommended bar of another video, which was
Okay.
normalized telling the boys they look submissive and breedable. So we got some views from that. I don't know where else they come from, but yeah, they come from somewhere.
I forget that you have like all like the stats because sometimes you'll send me like Snapchats of them. I go, oh man, that's so cool. Seeing like the analytical stuff of it.
Yeah, we're yeah.
So that's cool. I'm glad that's like that's the episode that gets everyone, clicking.
That's our legacy.
Like if we stopped right now, it would be. You know what? I think like on my tombstone, if I die, like within the next month, I want just to like the link to be on my tombstone.
Do a
We'll have to
QR
like go in
code.
and copy. Yeah, the QR code. Yeah, give me that. Do you think that's expensive?
Not if you graffiti your tombstone afterwards. Just gets a family member to do that for you.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. Or I could just, I don't know, just tell people to listen to not that episode. I've been doing some promoting.
Nice.
Yeah, every person I talk to, I go, "Hey, have you listened to the Listener Else podcast?" And they go, "No," and I go, "Oh, that's kind of racist of you."
That's true.
And then they're confused, and I get that. It's confusing at first to have someone you don't know just spring that on you. Um, so I'm trying to push it, Ryan. Just tell everyone I know on dating sites, just like, hey, listen to this crazy podcast, and you won't be racist.
Yep. Thank you, by the way, all you listeners, for actively being against racism. That's very nice of you.
Yay! I'm glad that our listeners aren't racist, cause like you never really know
Not only
if
are
someone's racist.
they're not racist, they are anti-racism. So,
Yes, they're very progressive. Like they will do something to stop racism.
hell yeah.
And I love that. I love that for, for everyone. That's so cool.
I just got back from Sacramento, and believe it or not, people are very expressive of their political opinions there. I guess through merchandise, I guess.
Okay.
And my friend was telling me about this one cafe that was like, I forget exactly. It is They have like a sign that says, if you like love black people as much as you love black coffee or something. And I was like, uh-oh, because I don't like coffee. So
Yeah.
maybe switch that one up. I love
Huh.
black people more than I love black coffee because I think black coffee is bitter and gross. But black people are, you can't really generalize an entire race, but
Yeah. Um, how was Sacramento? I've actually never been.
it was kind of cooler than I thought it was. I go, didn't really spend that much time there, but I went to Old Town Sacramento and they've got like some old buildings and there's a river there and they have this. Okay, worst part about Sacramento, I just learned,
Okay.
is that there's a brew boat, is what they call it, where you could like go on a boat and drink,
Hmm.
and it's like $50 to get on the boat, which I think is steep. And also, the brew is not provided. You have to
Oh,
bring your own brew.
yeah, that kind of sucks.
So, what the fuck is the point of that?
Yeah.
But
Like, not only are you paying to to be here, they're not even providing you with anything. Not even like a like one of those free ones or like complimentary.
you're yeah, you're paying to drink what you already have just elsewhere on water.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we should change because isn't Sacramento like our capital?
Yes.
I think we should change the like our slogan to Sacramento cooler than I thought it'd be. I think that'd be like a good tagline for it.
For our capital. I guess.
I just feel like it's I don't know. I think of Sacramento. I don't think of like a fun place to be at.
Yeah, lame and dumb.
I actually lied. I have been to Sacramento once.
Okay.
I mean, we saw I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger there. That was cool
Okay.
because it was for school, and they took us, to like, they just took us around, and then we were at the building, and they're like, oh yeah, this is where he works, and this is where stuff gets done, I guess. And then like he walked out, and we're like, whoa, and he quickly passed us by, but we're like, whoa, look how cool. I've seen him in
You're
movies,
the
and I guess
future.
he's
Ah.
it was like a really cool, I don't know, being a child seeing like a movie star. I'm like, whoa, he was on movies. And teacher was like, yeah, but he's also the governor. We're like, yeah, less cool. Movies.
I went when Gray
And
Davis
I
was
went
the
that way.
governor, which was
Oh.
kind of bullshit. He's not as cool.
Yeah, it was a very opportune time to go. I think that's what my school was counting on. They're like, maybe it'll be fun.
I remember when I went,
I,
we were like, "Are we gonna meet the governor?" And then they're like, "No, but we're gonna meet his wife, and we're gonna like check out his office and shit." And
hmm
and so we did that, and we checked out his office, and he had a half-eaten sandwich in his office. And then eventually we ran into him like in the
Hey.
hallway, and he was like, "Oh, hello, children." And they were like, "Oh, this wasn't supposed to happen." The timeline's off.
So, you guys are the variant.
Yeah, it was
Um,
like Loki.
it's like Loki. Did you have fun like field trips?
Depends on the field trip. Most of the time, I would say, yeah, I had fun.
Did you do like the standard like, oh, we go to San Francisco, We look at like the bridge and like
Went to
Alcatraz and stuff
Chinatown.
like that. Oh, that's interesting. I've never went there for school. Huh. Why did my school do that? We went every it was like a thing, like every year we would go to the tide pools. And that was kind of fun. Someone pushed me into a tide pool once and I got really wet. Like the beginning of the trip, they just like pushed me straight into like the tide pool. And I was like, oh man,
That's
I gotta
very
spend the whole day
mean.
like this. Uh, yeah, she wasn't really nice to me. She was not a nice person. We rented a house from her parents, and she would like all the time go to other kids, but like, yeah, Olivia stays at my house. I let her stay there, and I was like, okay, cool, thanks, Megan. Hey, Megan, thanks. And she was like, yeah, I let her. It's because of me that she has a house. I was like, cool, cool. I mean, kids don't really realize, like rental agreements. It's not like a burn like you think it is. They're like, oh, that's cool. Your parents are nice.
No, it's pretty savage though.
Oh, dang. I don't know. As like a how old was I? Like an 8-year-old, it didn't burn me, I think, like she thought it did. Now it hurts me to my core.
Speaking of hurt, have you seen the trailer for the new Jackass film?
No.
This will be our foray into our main topic today, which is the new Jackass film. Did you ever watch the previous Jackass films and or the television series?
No, I wasn't allowed to.
Oh,
Yeah. It was very censored.
oh. Well, that's
I'm
lame.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was allowed to, and I thought
Oh,
it was really
nice.
funny. And then
Hmm.
as I grew up, I realized that it is, yes, still very funny, timeless, funnier even. And I'm very excited because, like, they're kind of leaning into the fact that they're kind of old now and, and still getting hurt. I think they're getting more creative if the trailer is any indication. There's a there's a Wile E. Coyote moment in the trailer that's like really really phenomenal, and it features
uh,
younger younger jackasses. I think Eric Andre was in there getting getting
Eric Andre.
pranked. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I feel like it's weird watching things as an adult when as a child I wasn't allowed to watch it. So I still feel like I'm doing something bad. So
Well,
I've never
yeah.
like watched it.
You've got like a childish regressed brain, so I can understand why that would be difficult for you.
Okay. It's just I don't know, it's weird. I mean, music's fine, like I can listen to music that have like curse words in it. But it's like movies that have like a lot of cursing. Like it's a rated R film. I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot of cursing. It's just like funny to notice it. Like I don't know, they're weird. It's weird. My brain's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty busted.
Like my wrists.
Pretty
They're
not
just bad.
normal. Yeah.
That's what it'll do to ya. I know for like a long time I didn't like listen to well as my parents called it secular music. I didn't, I didn't listen to it for a long time. I just listened to like Disney music and just like full blown like Christian music. I think until like I was like in middle school that I first heard. Oh, what song was it? It was the apple bottom jeans song. That song really
Got
popped off, and I
the
heard it everywhere.
boots with the fur as well.
Yeah, yeah, that song. Right after that, how like 2008, I think, is when my I really listened to music. Formative years. I'm sorry I ruined your topic, Ryan.
That's okay. This
So
podcast is meant to be like, bad, destined for failure.
yeah, yeah. Just like any 2 a.m. ideas, they're meant to be bad.
Just woke up from a thick ass nap.
Okay.
Didn't get the best sleep because Kyle's apartment is not by any means done. They didn't have a couch. And so,
Ooh.
or like a rug
Mhm.
or a carpet anywhere.
Mhm.
So I slept on my yoga mat, and I also had a sleeping bag, but
Okay.
it was too hot to be in the sleeping bag. So I didn't even take. Also, it was in a sleeping bag, which once it's out, it's like a whole process to get it back
Yeah.
in. And so I
Almost
was like,
impossible.
yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take out my sleeping bag just to lay on top of my sleeping bag so that there's more cushion between my yoga mat and the hard laminate floor. And you know what? It maybe I maybe should have taken the sleeping bag out. I don't know. I could just because it doesn't need to go back into the bag
Yeah.
immediately. I'm unemployed. I could carve out a little bit of tomorrow to
To
put it
put it
in a
back in.
bag. Yeah.
I know my friend just like when he moved out for the first time, he moved out with like a bunch of people. We had roommates, and he's like, "Hey, we're having a party. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And he goes, "Okay, well, just to let you know, we have no furniture, so you're gonna have to bring your own chair if you want to sit down." And I was like, "Oh, are you? Is this like on the invites? It's like BYOC, bring your own chair." And he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to bring anything else, just chairs, just something to sit on." And I went, and it was like the saddest party I've ever been to because it was just a bunch of people standing around because they didn't bring chairs. It, it was really fun to watch. I brought my own chair. I was prepared, but it was crazy.
Yeah, Kyle only had 3 chairs in the apartment, and there were 3 of us, so
Oh,
it's a
perfect.
narrow, narrow victory.
But like, who throws a party like the first night you get there? That shouldn't be allowed. You should wait until you have things
Yeah, I
like
kind of invited
chairs.
myself over, to be
Oh,
fair, but
okay. Well, then you deserve that bad that bad sleep. No, you don't deserve bad sleep, Brian. Everyone deserves good sleep.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. A bad night's sleep. Come on.
You always get good sleep. I I'm really excited because my boss is leaving. Was it Thursday? For like a whole week, which means I don't have to work for a whole week because they're gone. I was like, ah, oh, heck yeah. And then they told me they were going to Disneyland and then they're going to Tahoe. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Now I'm kind of bummed that they're leaving because I wanted to go. I think that would be cool. And usually she invites me on her vacations. I'm like, what did I do? I was like, do you not like me anymore? Is that it?
Yeah, that's probably it.
That was funny. Yeah, they're, they're nice, but I get to have a whole week off, and I'm so excited. I also take a nap. If
See,
I
I don't like to nap because I think you're supposed to like the healthiest thing is to get it all done at night, but sometimes you're just sleepy during the day and you want to fuck up your future really by taking a nap you don't need.
I have trouble sleeping at night. Like I'll sleep sometimes like 4 hours, and then I have work. So whenever I can nap, I try to. Like sometimes I'll be driving. I'm like, oh, I'm too sleepy to drive, so I'll just pull over and I'll take a nap. Um, so I'm 100% down for napping, but I can't be like too long. Like it can't be like over an hour. It has to be like 30 minutes, to 45. Primo nap time.
Sleepy. How long was my nap today? I think my nap was like a little less than an hour.
Is that bad then?
I like long naps, but I don't know. I like a nap that'll fuck up my whole day, I guess.
If I could, I always set alarms for naps, but I just can't. They'll turn into sleep. Now my naps will turn into sleep unless I have an alarm. Um, so every time I go to sleep, be it nap or like actual deep sleep, I never wake up by myself. It's always to an alarm. And I get so frustrated at my alarms now. Like just the sound of it bugs the heck out of me.
Yeah,
I hate it.
pretty much
What?
everything you set the sound of your alarm to, you eventually learn to hate, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I tried changing it to a new one, but I was like, this is not my alarm. And I almost slipped through it. I need like that constant. I need one alarm sound. Otherwise, I'll slip through it.
My dad used to have, the classic iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah.
He used to have that as his alarm, and we'd use it whenever we were on vacation. And
Hmm.
I, I learned to hate that. But then eventually he changed it to the like
Oh,
thing. So that was,
I
yeah.
I hate that one. It's so jarring. I need something that'll like calmly wake me up. Nothing. If it scares me, I don't want it. Spooky.
Nah, I think that one's a good alarm. Scary one
One?
because it's supposed to wake you up.
Yeah,
It's
but
supposed to
if
make you
I'm like,
feel.
if that makes me feel too much because if it like scares me awake, I'm not in the right mood for the rest of the day.
It's provocative.
I hate I hate it. I don't hate most things. I hate that.
I feel like okay. I get the feeling of being scared awake, but when that
Hmm.
only happens when I'm like having a nightmare or something. But if it's a startling alarm or
Hmm.
something, then I just wake up and I'm like, oh, I've been startled awake.
Oh, you're very calm when you're startled awake.
I mean, I'm startled once I wake up, but once I'm up, I'm like, okay, great, I'm up.
Oh no, I need something like light that goes like doo 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 doo, and then it progressively gets louder because it like gently rouses me from sleep. I need I need to be catered as I sleep. Um, Brian, do you remember like your worst like nightmare?
No, There
Do you?
was, I don't
Oh, go
know.
ahead.
I don't know. There was one I remember I was in like, it was either
Mhm.
middle school or like high school. I had a dream where I was with my grandma and she was dying. And she was
Oh.
in like a hospital bed. And then I remember I was to her left. And she died and I was really sad. And I was sad when I
Mhm.
woke up, even though I was like, sick, she's not dead. It's
Yeah.
great. And it's kind of
um.
weird because it was my grandma, and eventually I was there to the left of her, to the left of a hospital bed when she
Uh-huh.
died. Like I was there
Oh
the moment she
wow.
died.
Oh wow.
So that's, yeah, that one was kind of spooky.
Mhm. I If I have nightmares, I don't know if I remember them or not because I mean like I've had dreams that like the contents of the dream are scary, but I've never been scared of them, if that makes sense. Right? Like nightmares are scary, right? Like it makes you feel scared.
Yeah.
I've never been scared, so I don't know if they're nightmares or not. Um, but I did have like a super weird dream when we all worked together, and and it was like, like my regular shift started. I opened up everything, and then everything that could go wrong went wrong. And for some reason, everyone was like mad at me because it was my fault, I guess. I don't know, but like it just it was just like a bad day. And I just like everything I kept trying to like make it right, and then like everyone would yell at me. And I don't like people yelling at me. It's scary. So I
Wait,
guess that would
this
be
was
my
just
nightmare.
a standard day of work, or
It
this was your dream?
was no, it was like Ryan, I can't even like I accidentally changed like the freezer like setting, so now it was like really hot inside there. It was I don't know how it would do that, but like everything that I could do wrong, I it went wrong. And then like everyone was getting yelled at. Um, our our coworker kept hitting me. Like it was just so weird. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, I don't want to go to work today. They're gonna yell at me, and
Okay.
that was my nightmare.
Maybe this is true or not, but I read somewhere that like technology never works in your dreams, or like you can't like operate technology. And in my experience, I think that's generally been true.
Hmm.
Have you ever experienced that?
Um, I mean, no, I don't think so. Sorry, I'm agreeing with you. I don't think I've ever seen
Okay.
technology work. Sorry. Sorry, I realized how that sounded. No, I don't really remember seeing like anything. Like I'm not operating any machinery or anything, which would be weird. I have this reoccurring dream that just happens. I don't know, like every couple of months I'll just have the same dream. And it's like me and my friends from high school were like camping, and then one of them gets lost and we're like having to go search for them. And then it turns into an episode of Criminal Minds. And and not like, oh, these are like this is kind of what happens in an episode of Criminal Minds. I mean like the characters from Criminal Minds are there, and it's like I'm watching an episode.
Cool.
It's a weird dream that it happens like since I saw the show. It's been happening. And it's the same dream. It's just like I keep reliving the same dream. I'm like,
What's
oh
the
man, here we
perp's
go again.
MO?
Yeah, Ryan. It's exactly like the show. I'm like, oh man, did they have an episode like this? And
Our,
they didn't.
what do they call him? Our unsub is likely a
Yeah.
fucking incel or whatever.
it it probably helps that I do watch Criminal Minds like every year. I just rewatch it for some
Jesus.
reason. I love the show. I don't know why. I love it, Ryan. That and Law and Order. They're like two shows that I rewatch every year.
No,
Do you
I
not have
haven't
shows like
really.
that?
I haven't watched a show. I don't have shows that I watch every year.
Oh, you don't do that? That's
No.
weird. That's weird, Ryan.
Such a
I have,
commitment. Like most
yeah.
shows are several seasons long. Why would I do that? I could just watch a new show.
Well, I mean, I already know I like this show.
What if you could find a show that you like better?
That's impossible. There's no way. I think Criminal Minds has like 12 seasons, 11 seasons.
It's a lot.
It has a lot. And Law and Order has even more. Well, I only watched the Special Victims Unit. So it has Olivia Benson. And that's my name.
That is your name.
So
Wow.
I like it. I I went to Jen's the other day. Uh and like a Korean barbecue place, and I came home and everyone in my family was like, did you like go to a party? And I was like, no. It's I came home at like 3 o'clock. No party ends at 3 o'clock. And they're like, well, you just smell like smoke and meat. And I was like, oh, I gotta change. I had to immediately take a shower, and it was like lingering. It just felt like I smelled like I felt like that one kid from Vine. You know, the one who's like, I smell like meat. That was me.
No.
I smelled like meat.
Like beef. I smell like beef.
I like Jens, but I always come out smelling like meat and smoke. And it's not a good smell.
Meat and smoke, but it's a good time.
It was a good time. Me and my friend were like, it was really, it was really hard because every time I ordered two Coke in the very beginning. They sat us down and they're like, "Hey, do you want any drinks?" I was like, "Yeah." Can I have two Cokes? And then they didn't give us Cokes until like maybe like 10 minutes before we were leaving. I was like, "Dang it. I'm really bad
What?
at like like waiting someone down, and they just forgot about us." It was I don't know. That one time I went was bad. They also gave me someone else's check. They're like, "Yeah, here's your check," and it was like for 20 people. And I was like, "Oh, that's not mine." And then she came back, and I was like, "Hey, this isn't my check." She goes, "Yes, it is." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess just me and this one person here are actually 18 other people." Um, I don't like I don't know telling other people they're wrong. It's hard for me.
Yeah, you probably got that waitress fired.
No. No, I didn't even talk to anybody else. I just talked to her. I was very polite. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but this may be wrong." And she was like, "Yeah, okay."
I'm
Like,
afraid you have perhaps been mistaken.
I'm very much like Dobby from Harry Potter before he becomes free. They're people are scary, man. Especially service. Anybody who deals with retail scares me.
Dobby's an elf.
Yeah. I feel like on the inside, I'm like a Dobby.
Yeah. I'm more
Did
of
you ever?
a hippogriff, or more of a goblin. Isn't that wasn't that kind of anti-Semitic of J.K. Rowling to have a race of little long-nosed banker people in her
Uh,
universe?
She didn't do a lot of good things. Turns out. I
Hopefully
just have her.
the readers she inspired was enough.
Did you ever get into Harry Potter?
Not really, but like I watched all the movies.
Um, I was like really into reading as a kid, so I got like well, my cousins got me into Twilight, so we watched like all the midnight like premieres of it, and even like the book premieres at like Barnes and Nobles or something. We
God
would go to their
damn.
book. It's probably like the nerdiest thing that I've done. Just go to like midnight book premieres, and so I mean, we watched all the Harry Potter movies together, and my cousins were like, "Oh, there's four of us, so we're gonna try and get like everyone into a different, like get sorted into like a house." And one of my cousins, she was like, "I'm definitely a Hufflepuff," and the other one's like, "Yeah, I'm a Gryffindor." I was like, "Oh, okay." And they told me that they're like, "Yeah, you seem like a Ravenclaw," and I was like, "Oh, I don't think I am, but that's okay."
I'm a Ravenclaw.
You're a Ravenclaw?
I'm a claw.
And then so we all took the test, and I wasn't a Ravenclaw. I was a Slytherin.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Yeah.
of course you're fucking Slytherin.
That's not the vibe a lot of people got from me, I guess. Everyone thought I was a Ravenclaw for a long time.
No.
You got snake vibes from me?
Yeah, immediately.
You're like, she's a snake. I
Definitely not like the smart person area.
Oh. I always feel like people, when they first meet me, like I always wonder like what kind of vibes they get from me. Cause I don't know, people say that I'm really friendly, but I don't think I am.
No, you're friendly. That's your most Hufflepuff trait, I would say. All human behavior can be boiled down to the four the four traits:
Hmm.
smart, brave, evil, or pussy.
Wait, so you're saying that I am evil?
Yes.
I
You're
What
more
about
evil than
me?
other things.
I like what about me is evil?
Just you know, being irresponsible mainly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
irresponsible. Being mean is funny to you, which it is to me. But yeah, that's a very evil trait of mine.
I did one of those like, oh, like what's your like character? What is it called? I don't know what it's called. I forgot. But like I'm lawful evil.
Your alignment.
So like yeah, my alignment, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm lawful evil allegedly.
We did those at work. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Like all of our friends were chaotic neutral. And
I'm
then
chaotic good.
yeah. Which I was like, that's weird. I
That's the
don't see
coolest one.
I don't see you as chaotic good. I don't see you as chaotic evil either. You're definitely chaotic. I just don't know where to put you at. Yeah, you're definitely chaotic. I remember one of our friends, she was like, Olivia, I working with you, I thought you were really nice until you trained me. And she's like, then I realized you're mean. I was like, how am I mean? And she goes, oh, just like the things you say can somehow sound mean. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think
And
she's just being a bitch.
Well, she was telling me, she was like, yeah, it was like, you said, oh, you cleaned the popcorn machine. That was a really good try, for your first time. I was like, yeah, it was. Good job. And she's like, no, that could be mean. I go, I don't see it. I think you're mean. I don't know. I'm telling you, good job for your first time.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you were fine.
Thank you. I remember our GSTL, our like manager at Target would have me come up and do the cashiering. I was like, why me? There's other people here. And he's like, yeah, well, you're very friendly. And then like I didn't say nothing. He goes, well, you look very friendly at first. I go,
There
oh,
you
okay.
go.
There you go. I feel like I don't know. I feel like because I look young and maybe happy that it really gives off people a different like vibe than what I am actually, which is I guess lawful evil. The
Lawfully
lawful
little
evil one.
Slytherin. Yeah, all your quizzes seem to be accurate. They all say the same thing. That's the sign of a good test is repeatability.
I thought you were gonna say like one of the reasons why I'm Slytherin is because I don't finish movies.
Yeah, that's another evil thing. Like you won't even let the movie tell you what what the ending is.
Like the movie doesn't tell. It's like those teachers who are like, the bell doesn't dismiss you, I dismiss you. The movie the movie doesn't tell me when it's done. I tell the movie when it's done. It's
Yeah.
usually 30 minutes before. Whatever. Whatever, it's fine. I'm working on my problem.
It's fine, she says when it's not.
Hey, who am I hurting but myself?
You're hurting me
How?
by just being such a fucking dumbass.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I I'm trying to watch the new Space Jam, but I've heard like a lot of bad things about it.
Yeah. I saw two reviews that I thought were pretty funny. One was like, I watched the new Space Jam movie, and there's a part with Big Chungus, and when that happened, a kid freaked out so hard that his mom had to take him out of the theater, and then I don't remember anything else about the movie. Even though I watched the whole thing. And then
I heard.
another
Go
review
ahead.
was like, is Space Jam bad or are you 30?
I heard there's like a Rick and Morty cameo, which really surprised me.
I also heard that.
I was like, that's weird.
It
Like I
is.
know Rick and Morty. I guess they're like with the same company, but
Oh.
this is a kids movie.
Warner Brothers?
Yeah, yeah. I only know that because like another company was like, oh yeah, we work with Warner Brothers. We got to do like a Rick and Morty collection. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Rick and Morty.
I haven't finished that show either.
Well, it's ongoing, so you can't really finish it.
Well, I'm in like the middle of season 3. Who knows if I finish it?
Yeah. Who knows if they'll finish it?
I hope so. Did you watch any like early Adult Swim?
What is early Adult Swim?
Well, when did you first start watching Adult Swim?
I don't fucking remember. I don't have it
Okay,
marked on my
okay.
life calendar. I saw
I'm not
Family
saying
Guy reruns. That narrows it down, doesn't it?
it like kind of does. Is that the
No, it
first time you
doesn't.
watched
They've
Family Guy?
always
It
done
does.
Family Guy reruns.
They've always done Family Guy in the entire history of Adult Swim. They've always done Family Guy reruns.
I think it's like 90% of their history, I feel like.
No, no, uh, no. I I feel like it does narrow it down because then you like somewhat. I don't know. I don't know. Fine, whatever.
You're just so adamant. Now I have to look it up.
Because there's no way.
Adult
It's I
Swim.
don't know. Channel 54 was one of the few channels that we can get clearly on our TV. So, well, 54, 53, and 55, thank God, showed very clearly on our TV. So we watched Cartoon Network a lot until it turned to Tsunami. And
Cartoon
then,
Network
Adult Swim.
intended to launch the adult animation block on April 1st, 2001, but had to delay it for 5 months. Okay.
See? So it's like
2001.
somewhat. Yeah. And then when did Family Guy air?
That's probably still on the Wikipedia. I don't know. Does it have the shows? Does it have the shows listed somewhere? Programming.
That's when I don't know, it was fun. I really enjoyed it, even as a child. I think I had to be like around 6 or 7. I think so.
Premiered in 2003.
3. Okay. So yeah.
Or no, that's when That's when, shit. When did it start? Fuck. Swim. Ba ba ba.
Well, like
Any
I
premiere
used to watch
reruns?
like
Yeah. So, okay, yeah. So, no, I guess that cuts out 2 years that I could have not seen it. Between 2001 and 2003.
Okay. So yeah, those are like the perfect years. Yeah. Cause like, did
So,
you?
2 years out of, okay, it's 2021. It started in 2001, which is 20 years. So, 2 years would be 10%. So, yeah, it's had Family Guy reruns for 90% of its lifetime, which you were so adamantly against.
Because you said from the very beginning, Ryan, you said that they've always had reruns on there, and that's just not true.
I think it's like 90% of their history, I feel like.
No, no, no.
Sorry, I should have said they've had reruns for 90% of when they've been
Be
going.
specific if you're if you're
They
gonna.
basically, okay, when from my perspective, they've always had it because I was watching when they had it, so. So I don't know. The long story short, I don't know what you mean when you say early Adult Swim. Is 2003 not early?
No, that's pretty early. I was just wondering, like what did you watch on Adult Swim? What's gonna be my next question?
It's Family Guy
So
reruns because they were on the earliest.
Oh, that's it.
And then they had like Robot Chicken. I'd
Uh-huh.
watch sometimes. Aqua
Um,
Teen Hunger Force every now and then. I didn't really like that show that much. I didn't get it.
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but like I was like, oh, I don't like it. Just I kind of left, or I would go to sleep, and my family would watch it.
Yeah.
I really like the Boondocks. The Boondocks are really fun. Um, and like, was it home videos, home movies, home
Yeah.
movies? I really enjoyed home movies. Like it's still stuck in my head.
I didn't
I
really
can't,
watch that
probably
one that much. I think they stopped
no.
showing it soon after I started watching.
Oh, really?
Or, I don't know.
I remember what's his name? Space Ghost, Coast
Space
to Coast.
Ghost? Yep.
Yeah, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. I remember not like watching it. I think my older cousins are like 5 years older than me. They would watch it, and I would just like absorb some of it. So if I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's this thing. I think. Um, Mainly, I think the thing that I watched the most was anime because I don't know. I think my parents thought like, oh yeah, it's just a cartoon, so it'll be fine. I'm
Yeah.
like, haha. Little do you know, it's not fine. And
It's
that was
violent. Ooh.
it's violent. Like I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. That was pretty good. That was like my favorite one. I think I remember watching, but it kind of got me into like anime. I remember my cousin being really into this show. I forget what it's called, but for some reason, like the main character shouted out, holy crap, it's a floating papaya. And I think because I was a child and I never heard someone say crap on on like the TV, it's been stuck with me all these years. Like I'll just reference like, oh yeah, holy crap, it's a floating papaya because it's like, get over it. But I can't. I need to like see that episode. I need to see it again, and I have no idea what it is. And it sucks. I don't know what it is. It's just stuck in my head.
Based on your track record, it might not be exactly, you know,
It
that might not even be
probably
the quote.
it probably isn't because again, I had to be like I was getting ready for like elementary school. So anywhere I don't know from like 8 to like 11. So I mean, who knows? That's so long ago. But it's probably not right, but I know for a fact that the word papaya is in there and the word crap is in there.
We'll track it down. We'll find it.
I sure hope so. Because again, it's been living in my head for so many years. And I just need it out. And also I don't think I've ever heard of papaya before then.
You learned of papaya on that fateful night.
It was like before school. It was like I don't know, like 6 in the morning. So it was
Goddamn.
I always liked my cousins would come over early in the morning for school, and I would always wake up early and go hang out with them, and they would catch whatever's on TV at the time. But it was always like a secret, like oh be quiet because you don't want your parents to tell you to go back to bed. So it was always like quiet secret time where I would just watch whatever show they're watching. But I think they just didn't want me to talk. It was just like, oh yeah, no, you gotta be quiet, you gotta be silent.
You'll never
That's
know
what
their true intentions. Unless you ask them now.
unless I ask, unless I ask them, yeah. Um, I don't know. It probably definitely was a mixture of both. Like, don't wake your parents up, and also please don't talk to me. I'm trying to watch TV. It was they're very much like a weird cousin line.
You are a
So I
talkative
was.
watcher.
I am, but only because my cousin is. My cousin will. One time we were watching oh god, what it was like Transformers like 3. And I'm in the middle of watching it and my cousin just like leans over and he's like, "Hey, do you remember that one time in Dragon Ball Z?" And I was like, "Hey, dude, can you? I'm trying to watch the movie. Can like we just chill?" And he goes, "Oh, okay, sorry." But like I could tell like he was like trying to stop himself from leaning over and talking to me the entire movie. It's I don't know. I feel like I always have more fun watching a movie and like, making jokes of it. It just keeps me like interested. I have a hard time being interested in movies.
Slytherin.
Is that Slytherin?
You can't just fucking deal with it.
I can't deal with
You
it.
chose to watch the film.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
My dad pulled me and my cousin out of school and made us watch the film. My dad would do that a lot. He would just like take us out of school and was like, "Okay, I want to watch this film and no one else wants to watch it. So we will watch it together." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Why did why, why did he need you to be there?
I think my dad liked hanging out with me. um, I don't know if that's a weird concept, but my dad really liked hanging out with me and my cousin. Like one time he pulled me out to go see Pokemon. Was it Pokemon Forever? It's the one with Celebi. But he took me out of the like out of school, and then he picked my cousin up from a different school, and then he was like, "Okay, don't tell anybody that you didn't go to school." It was it was really fun. I don't know. It was cool. Or like, Ryan, do you know how far I live away from my elementary school?
No.
I live 3 streets down.
Okay.
It's like 2 minutes walking. Um, my dad would drive me to school, and the 3 streets down, and he'd go, "Hey, do you want to go to school?" And me being a child, but like, "No, I don't want to go to school." And he goes, "Okay," and he would just turn around and head home. And he goes, "Okay, just call your mom, tell her you're not going to school, and we'll have some fun." We would go to like Boomers, or like like we would go do like fun things. And
And
then
you
the next day
thought
at
you
school.
were a Ravenclaw. Come on.
Well, this is why. Hold on. Look, this is why I thought it was a Ravenclaw. Because as I got older, in like 5th grade, my dad's like, "Hey, let's go see." Oh gosh.
Repeat that, you cut out.
Well, hold on. Um. So one time in 5th grade, my dad was like, "Hey, let's go watch this movie," and I was like, "Well, Dad, I have a test today. Can we go watch the movie tomorrow?" And he's like, "No." So he just dropped me off at school, and he goes, "If you don't want to watch movies with me, go to school." And I was like, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted. I needed to do this cool spelling bee. I got like second place. Or like, yeah. So I did I did prioritize school over movie watching,
You
which is
spelled
why
good.
I did at the time. Now I'm terrible. It didn't really stick.
Now you're pathetic. Weak.
Yep, that's me. Those are the 2 words I use to describe myself.
Dude, what's the house where they put pathetic bitches? Must be Slytherin.
Aw. I kind of want all of my friends to do the test now and see like what's up. You know, because I feel like I have a lot of them in my head, like slotted down.
You've got us all
But
put in your little boxes already, snake.
no, I just have like, oh, I think this person would be this. You know, maybe. Allegedly, in my head, they are this. Who knows?
Well, it's been an hour. That's it for the Listener Else podcast. If you've been here this whole time, thank you. Please comment porridge. I don't know. Just kidding. Do what you want.
Comment anything.
Comment whatever. Comment. I don't know. A joke you heard that you thought was really funny, and share it with the world. And then if it's really good, then someone else will be like, "That was funnier than anything in the podcast," and then you'll feel very accomplished.
Yay.